But here we go. What are we talking about next? We're talking about our
brackets.
I literally just said it, and I can't even think. Oh, he's here! Don't touch anything. I want to do this by myself. We're talking about March Release Madness, and here we go. We're setting it up the way Ben likes it. Let's get it. It's March Release Madness, baby, and we are down to the Elite Eight. We are here tonight, seeing who's going to rise and who's going to fall. All right, our first matchup tonight is between Medieval Town Square 10332 versus Stitch 43249. Our second matchup is the Mars Crew Exploration Rover set 42180 against everyone's favorite Maples Pumpkin Garden. So our third matchup of the evening, if let me do my math, it would be the Grand Rapids division, is between Forest Animals, the Red Fox, also the Owl, also the Squirrel, 31154 versus Boarding the Tontive with the hideous Fives Fig, 75387. And our last matchup of the night, Fort Wayne division, is the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo. And thank you, Ben, for warning me that I would have to practice saying that in order to get through tonight's live stream. It's 71813 versus the VTOL Heavy Cargo Spaceship LT-81. I don't know why there's so many extra letters and numbers in the name of the set, 42181. And we'll see how this evening goes. Are you guys ready to start matching stuff up? All right, here we go. Medieval Town Square versus Stitch. What's the original seeds on these, Ben? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think Stitch was the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
And Medieval Town Square had a prank number 8 seed. It was really the number 1 seed. Everybody knows Hedwig at 4 Privet Drive wasn't a real number 1, but the official seeding was number 8 for Medieval Town Square.
Oh, beautiful design set. It's one of the first characters I can ever remember seeing that is so accurate to an original IP, especially a Disney cartoon. And I like the colors. I like the pieces. Jesse, thoughts here?
I know people have been waiting for the Stitch for a long time, so it's no wonder it's a fan favorite, if you will, for a lot of different pop culture perspectives.
Yeah.
The color parts are useful if you're looking for new parts in different colors.
Part of the draw for Town Square this year is that it happened to come in, well matched with the Knight's Castle. This seems to fit well with the Dungeons and Dragons set too.
This thing's got it all these minifigs. The other one's a sculpture kind of, and this is your classic minifig town. Lots of figs, lots of expressions. They all have a duty or task or something to do in the town. You've got your mayor playing the lute there. He's like the tax collector too, I think.
Is he really?
Yeah, he must
have got a lot of jobs.
Yeah. I'm going to go with this one because this one was a day one. I made a couple March purchases, and this was the first thing I put in my cart and snagged and built. Definitely love this one. This one's got my vote.
But I was imagining before this started that Stitch would knock Medieval Town Square out, especially Ben, after we looked at the pictures of it, how much we complained about what was lacking. Like the specific roofs. We didn't think there were enough figures. Like that sort of thing. But it doesn't seem like the Tainted agree with us on that, especially versus Stitch.
So I've got purple dice for Stitch and
good call.
Black dice for the Medieval Town Square. And the purple is 10, but Medieval Town Square got a 7.
For those keeping score at home, the price to part ratio 8.9 on Stitch, very good. But only 6.9 on the Town Square. So Town Square a whole 2 cents per piece cheaper.
Well, you know what? At this point, as long as we've gone, as many comments as we've had, and the discussion that we've had with among ourselves, it seems like Medieval Town Square is just eking out over Stitch.
Sorry, Disney fans.
But I mean, I think if we look at everything, Stitch won the dice. Medieval Town Square won the price to part. The Tainted are about split, but at least 2 of our 3 hosts are voting for Town Square, so I think it's going to move on.
And it sounds like it's a Medieval Hoodie won in that case, didn't it?
Medieval Hoodie won.
Medieval Hoodie. So Jesse, tell us your thoughts on the Polybag. Number 2 seed Maple.
Yeah. It's not something I am super excited about, but I will say I do own it. I have one. I have a Maple Polybag. So as far as like, what did I go out of the way? Did I make enough purchases to get this? Sure did.
And this is what we have on the other side. Much better priced apart. It's got tomato soup. It's got functions. It's got those big, beautiful wheels.
Mm-hmm.
I would say of the March 1st sets before they announced Medieval Town Square, this is the one I was looking most forward to. So we've kind of got a split here between me and Mark as to what the favorite is. But look at the tainted votes here. Maple, Maple, Maple. Alternate
Rover.
candidate does throw a Rover out there, but we got 3 fast Maples on this one.
Really?
3 Rovers and 5 Maples.
Going
Really?
in halftime, it looks like it's tied.
Ouch.
So we'll go purple for Maple and black for the Rover. Purple gets 8, Rover gets 12. Look out.
Ooh,
Technique set.
But look at this. MG just voted for Maple.
we got another Maple. The Tainted are favoring Maple slightly, but they are favoring Maple.
Interesting. All right. But yeah, I mean, this up against this. I mean, whoever would have thought we'd be this close? Again, let's talk about this, Ben. This is your year of the Rover. This is your year of tomato soup, a new orange color for you to work with.
Yeah.
And this is pretty fantastic. We haven't seen this level of detail and possibly even a lot of STEM learning in a Technic set in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's attractive about this. Like, working with it, there definitely could have been some more work or some different work on the suspension. It's a little simplistic, but it's just so much more detailed in terms of playability. Not necessarily with all the functions, but
Yeah.
you know, in a year full of Rovers, this so far has been the king. You know, if you're not voting, the dice roll favored the Rover.
Yeah.
Price apart favors the Rover. The Tainted definitely are in Maple's corner. We're going to need a final roll call on this, though. Tainted are going Maple. Jesse, what's your vote?
I'll vote with my wallet and join the Tainted. I own Maple. I do not plan to buy this Rover.
Wow. I guess this is pressure then. If Mark's abstaining,
it's the FOMO too. You know, like I gotta get this Polybag because
if Mark's abstaining, and,
I love
and
this.
Jesse's voting for Maple, and the Tainted are voting for Maple, but
This
the
Rover
dice
will be
and the price
available.
apart went for Rover. It all comes down to me apparently on vacation. Not even supposed to be here, getting to be the decider. That's intense. I can tell that Mark is panicking. He's going to lose everything. He's going to lose his whiskey. He's going to lose his everything. As I make this decision here,
Mhm.
you know, the seating was 1v2. The Rover did have a higher seating. The selection committee may have been biased towards the Rover. But really, that's where we are. Is there anyone who's going to win me over and just say how I should vote?
yeah.
Here we go. Here,
Flood the chat, Tainted. Flood the chat.
pressure, buzzer beater shot. Z, don't miss.
Don't miss.
This is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. Do you vote? You know, here's the thing. Man, I can't believe that this is happening. I do own the Rover.
Ooh.
So, with my wallet, voting there. But I have, I believe, 5 Maple Polybags. Some of which have been requested that I bring with to Brick World to give to some certain people. including one who just gets all her sets for free now from Lego anyway.
Nicole!
But, you know, I've got to pack and bring Maple with me to Brick World, so I'm going to go ahead and vote with the chat, vote with Mark, vote for Maple. Maple, the 2 seed, a polybag into the Final Four.
Wow.
Wow, that was close. That was the closest matchup we've had yet. I'm sweating over here.
I have a feeling this next matchup is going to be a slaughter for one particular set. Yeah, this is the big one. We have the Tanti 4 versus what's been the darling of the tournament, I'm going to have to say. The 5 seed, Red Fox. Yeah, I think what's really been attracting people to Red Fox in particular is that Red Fox is a 3-in-1, and it's one of the first times we've run into a 3-in-1 where all 3 models are attractive to people.
Charlie Kaufman, then moving into this next round, is voting for the Fox. V Mac Attack also appears to be voting for the Fox, and I'm not going to repeat those exact words. You just imagine them in your head because that song is awful. PNG Bricks got to go with Red Fox, such a creative build, plus the other builds are also fire. Go Fox, he also votes for the Fox. I haven't heard one vote yet for the Tantive. What are the seeds we're working with here, Ben? Let's take a look at that.
The Tantive was a 3 seed. It beat out our number 2 seed, the Midi-Scale Falcon.
Yeah.
And the Fox was a 5 seed.
Yeah, I think we're going to have another upset here.
Yeah, this Fox maybe was just seeded poorly. I know it was
perhaps. Yeah.
You know, no Harry Potter sets made it past the first round.
No.
Only a couple Star Wars sets made it past the first round. But the Fox just, you know, it seems undeniable at this point that it's going to move to the Final Four. And the Fox has been kind of hard to find. I'm excited for it to eventually get to Costco and, you know, only cost, you know, $40 instead of 50. But the price to parts on this also very good.
Let's take a look between the two.
But very good.
So $49.99 for 667 pieces, and shield your eyes because we're switching back over to the Tantive after looking at this beautiful set for a while. This is probably going to be ridiculous. $54.99 for 502 pieces, but it does come with the free 5s figure. But you also hate that figure because reasons? I don't know.
Something to do with helmet printing? I'm not even sure.
Right.
MG's also got a vote for the Fox.
Obviously.
I will say it's a pretty clean sweep in the chat, at least, for Fox.
The dice are going to be its only vote if it gets any.
Give the purple dice to the Fox and see how we do here. Purple dice 15, Star Wars 7.
Oh, so the Fox even trounces it on the roll.
Oh, that's fun. Hey, we can walk away from that one proud. Everyone loves that Fox. That Fox has been a darling of the entire tournament. And so we can move on to our last matchup of the night, which is over here in our Fort Wayne region. We are looking at the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo versus the VTOL Heavy Cargo Spaceship. Everyone's on pins and needles. Here we have the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo. What do you guys think is going to happen here tonight?
If you can pronounce Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo enough times, it's got a chance. I think a lot of people are going to be enamored with this. Not only did it take out the dwarfs, it took out the dwarfs. Dwarfs,
yeah,
are very high-seeded set, and the fact that I can't say it,
it's on fire.
Really just has been intense for it, and a lot of people are voting for it already.
I love Ninjago. It's got a lot of flavor in the build. I wish it was a little built back. I've seen better, like more depth. Yeah, I wonder if there's playability right there. There is actually. Have we looked at that up close? That's
so it's look at the
little arena in front.
Yep, and they've got the little our little magic invisible sticks here showing that they're like flying through here, right? So there's something, and there seems to be a playability feature where you can grab this thing and have your thumb on the edge of those and have them compete in some sort of battle. And it seems like there's more action features in here, and that we see only a torso coming out of this guy. There's a trapdoor there. There's all sorts of stuff.
This is in my wish list. And
let's look at these figures. Oh yeah, go ahead, Jesse. I'm sorry.
No, I want to see the figures some more. I'm more into the bad guys now.
Yeah, of course.
And what their wolf mask stuff can do for me in some other gaming. So those 4 on the right are winning me over.
Now, if I may, because this is going very heavily towards the wolf, I'll say that when the sets were first announced, beginning of year, the Technic space sets are probably what got me most excited. I was disappointed they were pushed till March and we weren't getting them first of the year.
Yeah, sure.
The VTOL here has a lot of cool features, and they can all be controlled by, you see that blue gear in the middle there?
Mm-hmm.
So blue gear on one side, black gear on the other, and then there's a locking mechanism in between them. So all of the functions can all be handled there. So you can pick up the VTOL right there in the middle.
Yeah.
And control all the functions with your thumb.
Okay.
So it's very playable in that way. You can both swoosh it and run all the functions with one hand. Yeah. So the landing gear comes out in a really cool way when you use the function for that.
Mm-hmm.
That also has the first time I've seen a Technic set with a good number of greebles. So the engines have some greeble details on them. You can open up the engine covers on these and see the detail inside.
And we got tomato soup. We got a good amount of tomato soup and unique elements. Yeah.
It can also pick up the smallest Technic set, the other rover, with its little grappling function there. They don't really advertise it anywhere, but it can lift up the other smallest Technic set in the wave.
Yeah. I mean, don't look now, but heavy cargo spaceship, blah blah blah, is fighting back a bit here. We've got one vote in the tainted for the whatever this thing is called.
Yeah.
The cockpit kind of triggers me because it doesn't have like a windproof.
The split in the middle.
Yeah. It's very open. All right, purple for Ninjago. Purple gets a 16, and the spaceship gets 12.
Oof.
Oh, that was close. Oof. That's some high-scoring game here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna, for the sake of everything here, I'm gonna vote for the VTOL.
Yeah.
It is a 3 seed versus the Shadow Mask, which came in at a 4 seed. The tainted have definitely been with Wolf Mask.
I would say, I love me some Ben, and I know Ben stepped in for Maple, but the way we've been playing this, what do we own? What do we like? What speaks to us? And if I'm to be honest and do the tournament, the justice it deserves, I'm gonna say I would probably not buy the set, but I might buy 1, even 2 of the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo. So I'm going to vote for that one as well. Apologies, Ben. I know you love the set, but I think I'm going to help knock it out here because I do think it is overall appealing to more people, the winner of this round.
The recap, here's the actual bracket. Reigning Supreme, a number 8 seed / 1 seed out of Indianapolis. Maple. Look at that. Road to the Final 4. Goes through all the other Animal Crossing sets and beats out the Year of the Rover. Red Fox, the Darling, continuing his probable run.
Yeah.
And where'd this one come from? A number 4 seed also.
I know, right?
4.
Surprising.
Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo.